I love my life. I love you so much, Gary.
How did SpongeBob become SpongeBob Cube Pants? The story of the creation of the character of SpongeBob is a bit strange and somewhat twisted. In the late 1960s, a young Stephen Hillenburg would eagerly sit in front of the television and stare at the Jacques Cousteau's Undersea World program, hosted by the late French explorer and devoted to the wonders of the oceans and underwater creatures. The program sparked a lifelong love interest in Hillenburg, as he became interested in studying oceanography. The future creator of the SpongeBob cartoon characters eventually graduated from California State University in Humboldt in 1984 with a degree in natural resource planning, with an emphasis on marine resources. Then he worked as a marine biology teacher at the Dana Point Ocean Institute in California, and at least during that period he believed that he had achieved what he wanted.
I'll never forget the day we met.
Hello, little snail. What's your name? Gary, huh? Do you want to be friends?
It should not be ignored that Hillenburg was interested in art throughout his studies, and in his free time he painted and made clay sculptures, which he often used in his classrooms. The director of the Harry Helling Institute gradually realized this talent and asked him to design a picture book and introduce children to the life under the sea. This golden opportunity made the young and enthusiastic Stephen to combine his two lifelong passions, marine life and art, and created his first comic book called The Intertidal Zone.
Me too.
Gary, I'm home. Gary? Gare Bear?
In this illustrated book, there were a collection of human-like marine invertebrates and the main focus was on teaching children about life under the sea. However, each of the characters in the story had distinct aspects, but one of them stayed in the mind of the young artist forever, a sea sponge with sunglasses who was actually the narrator of the story and was known as SpongeBob.
Gary! Oh, Gary! Have you seen Gary?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Gary's been snail-napped!
Big break for Stephen and Bob. Stephen was always an unassuming dreamer who eventually couldn't let go of his mad passion for art. He decided that although he would always love marine biology, it was time to find his true passion elsewhere, so, relying on instinct and no previous animation experience, he packed up the SpongeBob comic book and the rest of his luggage and headed to the California Institute of the Arts to begin his new life as a television animator.
Get ready for the ultimate rescue mission.
We've got to go help them!
Joe Murray's appearance in Stephen Hillenburg's thesis short film called Wormholes and later inviting him to direct the cartoon series Rocko's Modern Life was a great fortune that turned to this talented and hard-working animator. This anime aired between 1993 and 1996, which served as a launching pad for Stephen and cemented his name as a director in the glamorous world of animation.
In the all-new SpongeBob movie.
This is gonna be like...
After the end of Rocko's Modern Life, he needed to find a new job for himself. Therefore, at the suggestion of one of his friends, he cleaned the dust from his old comic books and went to his favorite yellow sponge, that is, SpongeBob went to finally turn him alive and into a full-fledged animated series. Stephen spent a lot of time trying to find the main character of this series and finally decided that he needed a marine Jerry Lewis, and who better than the playful and lovable SpongeBob.
One of those buddy movies.
With Aquafina,
You're fired!
Danny Trejo, Snoop Dogg.
Of course, he decided to make changes in Bob's appearance, like the general shape of the cube and making him look like one of the common sponges for washing dishes. Reuniting the group he had previously worked with in Rocko's Modern Life, the Dream Factory was launched and one of the cutest cartoon characters of all time was introduced to the audience, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yo, SpongeBob.
Tiffany Haddish,
Seriously, folks, I'm floundering up here.
and Keanu Reeves.
Call me Sage. Good name.
Stephen Hillenburg's unconventional idea for Nickelodeon Studios. Stephen prepared his idea, his group and his undisputed star with all his might to pitch to Nickelodeon studio executives. He also produced a detailed manual that contained all the necessary information about the general concept of the work, the design and the characters. Studio execs that morning especially didn't expect to be faced with a blueprint for a popular, money-making franchise. The main character was first known as SpongeBob Dare, but due to the similarity with the name of a land show and possible copyright problems, his name was changed to SpongeBob.